My cry is that let them give me my remaining of my brother. My mom is old. I don't know when the Lord will take him home. How many families might be sitting like myself for the past 6 years that they may be looking for their loved ones and they don't know where they are. They have to push the tenders in that manner because they had to bury to get the money from the government. We are hurt. We are hurt as families.
Welcome to the Safe Space Chats podcast with Madam Speaker. My name is Perseverance Maremeni, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self-Love. If you're joining for the first time, welcome to the family of healing, self-love, and motivation. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continuous love and support that you are showing us. If you want to come through as a guest, Wazalwani, there's a number that's appearing on your screen right now. You're more than welcome to hit us up and then come sit and let's have a conversation. And also, if you want to come through and record your own podcast or anything like that, we are recording at number 7 Cedric Road in East Sandovale. This is the home of creatives, so anything content related, this is the plug. Without any further ado, I've got a guest next to me. Our guest is going to introduce herself and we'll go straight into the episode of today. Hello, Mama.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine and you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yes.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Please introduce yourself to the people at home.
Okay, I'm going to introduce myself as Maruta/Mwakamedi, based on the story that I want to share with you guys.
Okay.
Yes. I'm actually here just to say we are the family that when there were 47 people that were exhumed in Mookgophong, we are that people that we were actually going after the story with the police after police came to our home. One of our village home to say our brother that was missing was actually hit by a vehicle on N1 freeway between Polokwane and Mokopane. So after we had that, we only had the story from the police after 6 years. And after that, as a sister of the person that they are talking about, then I started doing communication with the SAPS people to say, okay, you say our brother, you only received the fingerprints after 6 years.
Okay, before we get to the actual story itself, I believe that there are people at home who are not aware of the story which trended a couple of weeks ago of the bodies which were exhumed in Mookgophong. So for those who don't know, can you just brief them in your words? What was the story?
The story, it came because we had our brother that was missing from 2018, and we reported the story to the nearest police station in Mokopane. And since we reported the story, we never heard of anything. So as the family, this country is big. We don't know where we must start looking for that boy. And eventually, as a family, we started praying that God must just lead us because we don't know where to start. Eventually, I think it was just last year in August, then one of the police came to our village to say they have received the fingerprints from Pretoria. Now, they had to start locating us because of those fingerprints. And then when they come and, obviously we were saying we must meet at the forensic in Mokopane, which we did as family. We met with the police guy that came to our home as well. And then that's when we started the procedure of saying, okay, if you say you've met this person, you saw him at the freeway hit by vehicle, where is he now? And then that's when we were told that we didn't claim the body. Apparently they took the body and then they buried our brother in 2022. And then from there, and then I started doing communication to say, okay, and they show us the pictures, obviously, to say, here is the accident and here is where he was lying and everything. Then after that, I asked the police to say, if you say you guys, you have buried our brother, then let's start the procedure of exhuming him because we want our brother. And that's when I started communicating with them to say, okay, where did you guys bury him? And then they started looking for the record. Okay. After that, it was kind of like something that was going to happen quick for us to get the body. Obviously, we requested the DNA as well, which my mom and myself and some other family members, they did that. that DNA thing. And then after 7 months, I see that we don't get a joy from the forensic in Mokopane. Then I started engaging to the provincial SAPS people, which is when Mahadebe, she had to know about our story. And then I think when they read my email, then they appointed another general to start intervening into our issue. As they were busy doing all that kind of story, and then eventually there was another colonel from Kopane, where she started helping us as a family to lead us to this thing of exhumation, which it didn't come easy. But I had to constantly be with them on the phone to understand, where are you guys? How far are you? And when are we exhuming and all that? In between the conversation, there was a time where the forensic people were forcing me to fill another form to kind of like declare that my brother is passed on. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get to that level of, confirming that my brother is passed on if I didn't see his remaining or the grave where you guys have buried him. And I said, in this country, I don't think there's an issue of like, signing for a death certificate if you didn't see the person indeed dead. Therefore, I would not sign that documentation. They were like using that as kind of like something that if we are not signing that, we are not going to exhume our brother. And I said, I think you guys can do all the procedures, but they want to exhume, for us to declare that he's dead. If I didn't see whether you've buried a dog or whether it's the brick or whatever that it is, I would request this government to exhume my brother. That one, I can only sign it later because I'm the big sister of the person that they are talking about. Obviously, my mom being old, I'm just doing all this up and down. That's when they started going, searching for documentation, because I said to them, we also gonna bring our own pathology or forensic people to declare that whatever that you guys are giving to us is our own brother, because we don't just wanna get the bones or anything to say it's our brother. Then I think after they realized that this family is gonna get another second opinion, that's when they started looking for the exact documentation of exactly what happened. Then later on, after they went, then that's when I started getting the information from the SAPS lady that tells me, I think we've got an issue here. The person that was, your brother was, there's a person that the government has awarded the tender. And this person didn't bury these pauper people according to their procedure or government protocol whatsoever. Then I'm like to her, look, what we need as a family, we just need our brother. The other story from the government or who didn't do what is not our issue right now. Our issue that if this government, since you declared that you find our brother on the road, you guys are the one that has to help us where he is and to locate him. That's when they find out that the pauper people were buried in one, I think many of them were just dumped in one, in one pit or whatsoever grave. That's when they realized that's the situation. And finally we got to the exhumation thing, which since I hear from the exhumation story, none of the police or whoever officials never contacted us to say, okay, we have done with the exhumation and all that, until one day one of the friends that they know me and with the story, then they said, we hear on the radio that you have received your brother's remaining. And I'm like, no, we don't know anything about the remaining. We are still waiting since they'd done the exhumation. So far, I don't know anything about what you guys are telling me. They said, no, the guy from SAPS is actually issuing the statement to say the family is happy, they received the exhumation and whatsoever. Then I contacted the same station radio to say, I need to correct that statement because us as a family, we are still waiting. I don't know if the commissioner or whoever is issuing the statement to say we have received our remaining, I'm not sure which family they are talking about. And then they put me with the person on the phone from SAPS. We kind of like, we didn't get anywhere until the lady asked her, when is this family going to receive the remaining? And the lady the guy was like, we are waiting for forensic in Pretoria to get the result for them and then give them the remaining. But on the radio, he also confirmed that they have identified my brother. That's what I heard from him. I didn't know that they find my brother in those procedure of exhuming. And then this morning, I also contacted one of their Mokopane kennel to say, is there any result for my brother or what's happening? Because I just hear people saying, we are still waiting. I thought because this is a priority matter in this province after everybody has been exposed that there's 47 bodies. I don't think we should have waited for so long. Number one, as a family, we've waited 6 years before anyone can come forth about this brother. I've got two questions. Number two question of me is that, was my brother really a pauper? Which I don't believe it's a pauper. Number two is that he's been born by two parents of this country. He used to work to one of the big companies in this country. I think whoever that find him on the body, if it was him, they should have, before they can bury him as a pauper, there should have been some proper investigation before they can even decide to bury these people. Now, my other question that I have is, were these people that were buried as a mass, were indeed the pauper? That's the question that I have for the government. Even if I didn't want to be involved into the government stories, but I'm having a question to say, was he supposed to be a pauper? If he had fingerprints, because the picture that they've presented to me, he had all the fingers. Why did the government, before they decide to bury them as pauper, these people, why were the family not being located? Or we have opened up a case, right? The circulations of at least SMS to the people that have, they've got missing people, to alert them that we find a body lying at this point in time. We don't know who's that person, so that every family member that has reported missing, they should be alerted that there's this such a body that was found in Mokopane or whatsoever. So that us as people that have opened up the case, we can go now and look for this unknown person that the people of, I think we could have found our brother earlier. Before now, we have to come and bury the remaining. I don't know when they say they find the body, did they find the body? Being in the right state, or how did they identify? That's another question that I'm having. But the reason why I came to you to get a help is that I need this government to get us the closure as a family. It's not an easy thing, especially from August, me as a sister, going after the state. Try to get my brother. If there's any issues, let them get into the details of exactly what has transpired and get us the closure as a family. My cry is that let them give me my remaining of my brother. My mom is old. I don't know when the Lord will take him home. I would prefer her to bury her son before she can even go. I don't want to be carrying the family burdens if she's gone. Not only that, I just want to get a closure also as a sister to say exactly what happened in Mokopane. For them to come to a term of just burying my brother by not looking for this family. They've contacted after 6 years. The same procedure that they found us now after 6 years, would they not have used it in those years to try to locate us a family? What is pauper in this country? What is pauper, my sister? If somebody has got an ID, worked for companies, he used to work for Discovery Health in Sandton. Discovery Health is one of the biggest companies in this country. Would they not have to locate him? Would they not have located him if they really looked for us before they decide the pauper story? Question again that I have is that the national SAPS or whoever that has to be involved, I think there's big issue happened in Mokopane, that they need to get into the deeper thing of this story. How many families might be sitting like myself for the past 6 years that they may be looking for their loved ones and they don't know where they are. And suddenly maybe they are sitting because they just don't know which platform to reach. Like myself, I can come to you guys, or if I had a platform to email those these provincial police or whoever, What if it's families that they can't have an access of that? And really in this country, what is pauper, my sister? How do you identify a pauper? I think pauper in this country would be people that come from another nationality or country that are not belonging to this country. If somebody had ID, I don't think you can keep that as a pauper person, or you can say that person is an unknown. How so? How so, my sister? All I want from this government is that I don't have to spend my money going for lawyers to get the justice. Because if is this what the government is doing for people that are poor? Meaning the people that are poor will never have justice because they don't have money to pay the lawyer. I'm not going to spend my money for my family just because I want to locate my brother from the police state or something. Let them help us and give me my remaining of my brother. My mom needs the justice. I also need a justice. The family also need a justice. They can't keep on telling us that we are waiting for Pretoria. I think for the fact that they've exhumed 47 bodies in Mookgophong, and there's this family that is behind the story. This story must be prioritized.
Yeah.
They should be, or must I get a lawyer before they can prioritize my story? How much money is these lawyers are going to have out of me in order for me to get the justice?
Yeah.
Is this country want us as poor people to go from such? Obviously, it's the state, my sister. If I had to engage the lawyer, if they can go to court and postpone, eventually I'm going to get tired and exhausted financially, just because I need my brother's remaining.
Yeah. You're not even asking for much.
My sister, we as a family, we just say, give us the remaining, let's confirm he's our brother, and go and bury him in a proper way. That's all what we are asking as a family. We don't want to go through who did what and what politics has involved. We are not here we didn't even go for that route to go engage who did what in the government. What we were looking for is our brother. It's a pity that we find our brother being in that thing of 47 people.
Yeah. And also with the 47, because do you know if there are any other family members from other members of the other parts of the 47 that have?
I didn't want to share much of the story with the people, but one day I share with another guy that we grew up together, and she says to me, you know, now that you are mentioning about your brother, do you know my sister, when she was going in the college, she was hiring in this family, and then this family had a person that was missing in 2015, and they never find that person even today. And I said to him, this is the story that I'm also sitting as a family trying to find out exactly what happened to my brother. Like I say, my sister, 47 people, and they confirm that he's pauper. I don't believe that my brother was supposed to be among them as a pauper. Then we've got a question to say, are those 47 people indeed paupers? Or was just another mission of that area trying to push a tender, or what is happening? Because, but if they have to push the tenders in that manner because they had to bury to get the money from the government, we are hurt. We are hurt as families. To say, can people be so cruel? And because you want a tender for pauper people, then families has to suffer somewhere.
Without getting closure.
Without getting closure. If somebody doesn't have an ID in this country, it could be so-called pauper, my sister. We can understand that.
Yeah.
But with IDs, not that this person was a useless somebody. He worked for bigger companies. I can mention many of those companies. Yes.
Sure.
So I need the state to help us to get the closure. That's my cry, my sister. I'm not crying for anything. To say if there's issues, let the national police go into the station and try to find out exactly what happened. Because what is the delay right now? If they say they find the body, they are going to just to test it and find out if it's the same DNA that they took from the beginning. I don't think I should be still waiting and coming to this media now and say what is happening. I should have not been here. They could have just came forth knowing that is a news that went all over the media. They should have just pushed the agenda of us to say, okay, let's get this family closure. I wouldn't have been here, my sis. I came here because I realized this story is also going silent.
It's going cold.
Yeah, it's going cold. And it cannot go cold if the person that had gone after this case is now not sitting at the corner, not having the remaining. Why cold? What is actually happening in SAPS and all those people that are involved? Yes, what is happening? If there's any issues, the very sad story of this whole thing is that 6 years, we couldn't hear anything from the government. The people that find my brother on the scene, they should have pushed the idea of going to the Home Affairs to get the identity of that person. That's my concern. Why would we take 6 years as a family to hear from our brother? Let me tell you, my sister, I'm a praying warrior. I cried to God. I cried to God to say, there's no one that is going to help me in this country. You need to tell me exactly what is happening with my brother, because I also don't want to live this country or this life without knowing what happened to him. That's when I hear from the people from SAPS after I did my fasting and prayer with desperation to the creator of heaven and earth to say, you are the only solution to me right now. Otherwise, we could have been like any other families that are sitting not knowing what is happening. But my God had to come on the scene. I don't know what happened in that police station, but someone has to go with the docket now trying to find out this family, which is us. Yes. So that's the thing that I'm trying to find out from this country, that what is pauper? That's my question to the government, to say exactly what is pauper. Now this government has deprived us, passing away is something that everyone can expect it. We could have seen our brother maybe lying there in that box or in the mushara. We would have had the closure of, say, he passed on like any other person that can be hit by vehicle or whatsoever. It could have been better. Now the same government has deprived us to see the real him. Now I must go through the DNA and to confirm whether it's him or not. How much damage did they do to us? The person that was on the scene, did those people do their job? That's the question that we are having as a family.
My sister, I'm so sorry. This is so heavy.
Very heavy, sister. Very heavy. Last year I was attacked by stroke. But thank God it didn't affect me because of the issue. Because I keep on asking. Also, I'm trying to keep this from my mom because she's old herself. She's not even healthy. So now, me pampering her with this information, I'm trying to protect her. Then I keep it to myself. You can imagine what does it do to me. You can imagine having so much of questions that are not having answers. Yes.
Sure. My sister, for the past 6 years until now, when recently you found out that your brother's body is in Mookgophong.
No, it's in Mokopane. He was lying in a mucha of government, obviously because the police find him and the forensic people on the floor. That's my understanding, that they moved him to the government mucha in Mokopane. That's my understanding. After that, what happened?
But ever since you got to know of your brother's missing, until now when you discover that he's buried as a pauper somewhere, does that make... How does that affect you? Does it make it better or does it make it even worse? The fact that now you know, but you see how worse they have even failed you as the country.
I want to say thank God, because like I said, I cried to my God to say, I need to know, because really I didn't have a clue of exactly what happened. My belief was still think that maybe he's alive, because when he had a mental issues, so I thought maybe he could be somewhere with other family. I kept on praying to say whatever family that might have kept him, sister. Every time when I drive on the road, I'll look for the hobos, trying to find my brother. So you can imagine to a point that another day I was driving with my daughter. I was like, Mama, all these hobos that you're going to be keeping because you're looking for your brother. I said, that's the only thing that I could do because I don't know whether he's in someone's family or is it the one that is sleeping on the road like other hobos that I see or what is happening. It's been, I just want to thank God that at least somebody says he saw him. But it's a pain for us as a family that we could not see him in the state that we would have seen him, exactly after he was hit by a vehicle or something. That lead, I'm just thankful to God because otherwise I was going to be sitting not knowing whether he's alive or is it in somebody's house or what is happening with him. That lead, for me, it's helping me even if it doesn't help. It's a 50-50 situation because I'm hurt. I'm thankful that I saw him, that somebody saw him. At least I'm just thinking there's a way for us to have a closure, but doesn't look like we are getting a closure because people are holding us to say forensic in Pretoria, they are still busy. But question is, how long? Not only that, sister, I went through so much with the so-called forensic. I went through so much. Number one, after these police came to us and say, they gave us the document and everything, and I said, let's do the DNA and to confirm that is definitely my brother. Do you know, when I was busy doing this follow-up with the forensic people to say how far is this Pretoria thing, this doctor from Kopani sent me a blank page of a computer and say, your brother's DNA failed. There's so much things that I'm having, sister, as I'm here. So much question. He says, this doctor says, send me with the email to say this is because I kept on saying, if you say my brother's DNA failed, please give us the report because I believe that these things are happening computerized way. So you can't just say it's failed if the report didn't come and tell me that this is a failing report. Okay. Then after that, doctor sent me, this is a doctor from forensic, bear in mind. Then I said, is this the result that shows this is a failing report? She said, this is what she got from Pretoria.
A blank page.
I've got it. I've got all the proof, my sister. I even sent him to say, this is what you have sent to me. And say, this is my failing report of my brother. Hence I say, I'm appealing to the national police people to get the investigation deeper because at this point in time, I've got many questions, many questions. Many questions, my sis. To say, what did she mean by sending me that black page to say it's a failing report? Then suddenly, when I engage Mama Hadebe's office, then this general phone, the forensic, then I'm sent a DNA report, which I said, please email that to me, that email, that thing. Question is, that came to me. I mean, I'm a human being, sister. I can have so much of question. Why did it take the provincial office before the forensic can send me the report? Is this the correct report or what is happening?
Or it's just to keep you quiet?
It was just to keep me quiet. When they were busy preparing to give me the remaining, and when I started telling Colonel, because they also said to me, no, you don't have to bring your private thing. This DNA are coming from Pretoria. I said, no, I might not have money, but I think we owe it to this family, to myself, also to my mom, to say this person that you guys are giving to us is the real brother, because I needed to take DNA direct from what you guys are giving to us now, personally, to see that they are matching. And this Colonel was like, no, but it's going to cost you a lot of money. So this thing, because it's coming from Pretoria, I don't think that it's necessary. But if you want to do it, you can do it. I said, no, I'm going to do it. And that's when the whole thing of 47 bodies are exhumed and all that, because they realize if they are not going to give me the right body, then I'm going to be after the state or what is happening. Because I've saved that money to say, I will need these pathologists to confirm what they are giving to us is belonging to us.
Sure.
Now I'm thinking, is these delays are taking place because they are aware that this family is bringing the pathologists, that they are private pathologists, or what is happening? What is this delay all about? And if you say, my sister, you've got the body, they've identified the body from that day when they exhume.
What is the hold up?
Yes. What is it? And if that is the case, why did they not bring a phone call to say, we have found your body? Because I have to hear it from the media, from the SAPS spokesperson to say, this family, he even lied to say, we have received the remaining. So the questions are going more deeper and deeper to say exactly what is
really
happening. Yes, where is my brother here?
Sure.
That's why I said, it looks like the provincial SAPS and whoever that has to assist this case doesn't look like I'm getting somewhere. Because also, my sister, why must I hear from the SAPS people or whoever when I phoned? Meaning, if I keep quiet, everything will be quiet. That's why I decided to come to the media today to say people should know that the family that they were talking about on the media, it's us, and we are still waiting.
You never received your
You
brother's
never
body?
received my brother's remaining. Yes.
Sure.
Then that's why I want to appeal to the government nationally, if they have to come down to Mookgophong and just investigate our case. This is my request on behalf of the family to say, I believe there's more to the story in that area. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You can't, if you find me, if they find my brother on the scene, they are saying, we could have been called, the family, to say, look, we think this is your brother according to the images of what they are having maybe. And now, as a family, we come forth, now that they've got a direct body, take our DNA, our blood, and compare to what they are claiming that they are having. Why is it that not been done? And why is it that as family we must hear from the media to say we have received our remaining if we haven't received anything, and not even any one of the state member has called us to say this is what we are having now, or update us. I also heard from the general spokesperson of the SAP saying they have been contacting us from 2018, as he was saying on the media. My 6 years. I think if there's people that had to know about this boy, it's me. I raised the boy myself. It's me, it's my mom. And my mom is in position of me. Why would the two of us not know about this family that they've been contacting from 2018? And I'm also saying to the state, if there's any family that acted to be us, let them come forth. Let them give me that information. Because I, myself, and my mom, and some other siblings, as far as I'm concerned, we never had anything from the state. I only heard about the case from 2024 August. I don't know the date. I think it was the 23rd or 24th. Yes. I want that family to come forth. If they acted to be us, let them come forth. And the same spokesperson that mentioned that he's been in contact with us, let them share the information with us.
Yeah.
Let them share the information with us. And I expected them to call me because I went to the person, the very same police that they've allocated him as our family case handler. The day we met a forensic, I asked him, how long we've been handling this case? He said 2018. Then I didn't say much after he said that. I was just looking at him to say, okay, 2018, and you only come into the family in 2024. What is happening? I didn't ask him some further information. To say, if you really had the docket from 2018 and we only know about you today in 2024, what is exactly happening?
Sure, my sister. Thank you so much for coming forward to share so that your cries can be heard and you can get assistance, What breaks my heart with your story is that, believe it or not, this is the reality of a lot of people out there. Just last week, I was sitting with a young lady.
From Venda.
No,
Okay, I saw the one from Venda.
it's that one. You have not even seen her yet. Literally, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I feel like it's the same episode, but with two different bodies. Same situation. Her brother was poisoned, was found on the side of the road. The police took her. They buried him as a they took him, buried him as a pauper, and they came back after 10 years with the docket, and they said this is his ID. He even had his ID, but they buried him as a pauper. Whereas with them, they are refusing the company which was hired by the government to do the burying. That time they're saying the contract has expired. They are refusing to exhume the body. They're saying the family must pay 30,000 for the body to be exhumed. So what I'm saying is that's what I'm saying. Even on the 47 bodies which were found there are many family members who are still looking for their members.
I believe so too. If my brother was identified as a pauper in that 47, then we are not the only family that are looking.
So that's what I'm saying. I want to thank you, together with the other lady, for sharing this story, because you are going to be the voice. For you are going to be the voice for the 47 and for your family. That's the most important thing, And also other people out there who are facing the same injustice, who are facing the same negligence, incompetency from our SAPS, because that's the only thing, because somebody just failed to do their job, and hence we are here.
Exactly.
Families are broken. They are going through so much simply because somebody decided not to do their job. So thank you so much, and I really thank God, that he has kept you, and he's going to renew your strength every day until you get to the bottom of this. And I want you to know that with you fighting the fight that you are fighting, you're not fighting only for yourself. There are many people who are behind you who, when you crack this, you are cracking this so that they never have to suffer. So I just want to thank God for your life, for preserving you and for renewing your strength, and for giving you the courage to come and share your story today, because it's going to liberate you, your family, you're going to get your closure, but also many other people after you. And I pray that nobody ever has to go through the same pain that you and your family have been through after this. Like, everybody their hands needs to be on deck on this one. Everybody who is involved, let's get to the bottom of it, because this is not fair. This cannot be the quality of life that we are living for every single day in this country. Yeah, thank you so much, my sister. I don't know if there's anything else you would like to say in closing. If maybe there are people who have more knowledge about this type of cases and how they go about them, if maybe they want to reach out to you, where can they reach you?
Let me get the number. Can I take?
No, it's fine. The number you will set it to Felicity on WhatsApp.
Yes.
And then they will put it on the screen when they add the episode. Yes, I think that will work.
I want to say my brother that I'm talking about, his name is Wellington Masipo Mwakamedi. He used to work for Discovery Health in Sandton. He friends that are maybe wondering where he is. I'm just saying they must just know this is the brother that I'm talking about, because I'm not a media somebody, and I didn't know how to tell them if they are looking for their friend or anything. I want to say his name is Wellington Masipo Mwakamedi. He's been missing from 2018. And that I know he had a lot of friends from Joburg. He used to stay around Newville and all that. The people should know I'm looking for him. The family is looking for him. We are still waiting for the remaining. I'm waiting for the remaining. I want closure. I want to know what happened to my brother. If this government can just release us from that. If there's any investigation or more story, let them find out exactly where is he, without the family going after the lawyers and all that. I'm not going to afford to take my children's money going after the state. Obviously, they are going to exhaust me. Can't we just have the justice by getting help from this government? That's all I want to say. His name is Wellington Masipo Mwakamedi. That's the brother that I'm chasing to find out where he is and exactly what happened to him. I've got so much of story, but for now, this is. I also thought if these police are really doing their investigation, they should be constantly contact with us. I don't hear anyone, including the person that is handling the case. I didn't even know this guy that we normally talk to is. I'm actually trying to find, is he the person that is handling this case, or what is actually happening? Yeah, because I heard from him, he mentioning another person. He says Kekana from, and he's Mahamata, that is, they allocated the docket to him. Not only that, I didn't even hear from the police station where we reported their case. Never heard of anyone. I don't even know their name. I believe if somebody is missing, you come to the family, ask question. I would want to know exactly the statement from the docket and the update of what did they do afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that information. I'm looking for that information.
Thank you so much, my sister, for joining in. Yeah, Bazalwane, we are all waiting here with my sister for answers to so many questions that she has, that the family has, and we are hoping that they will get their brothers remaining. If you are listening, if you are watching this, you are working for the SAPS or any authorities that you know that you can help us in any way possible to get to the bottom of this, please do reach out to us. You can reach out to our number directly or reach out to my sister's number, because she's going to leave her number with us, and let's see how we help her with and the family to get the closure that they deserve. With that being said, thank you so much for joining in. We'll see you guys on the flip side. I love you. God bless you. Mwah.